Hi everyone, welcome back to our series on getting started with Trello. In the first episode, we had a look at what Trello was, how it came to be, the concept of a board, lists, and some cards. So in this video, we're going to delve a bit further into what our view is on the board here and how all this works. Okay, so we already know how to add a card to a list. We know how to create a list. Now we're going to have a look a bit deeper into how the cards work. Okay, so let's say we've got a short list here in my inbox of cards that I want to do some work on. Some of these look a little bit complicated, so let's go maybe with this one here. Remember to buy flowers for Mother's Day. Okay, so I'm going to click that over and click and drag it over to the to-do column. So you can see there instantly it moves the task to a different status. Okay, so I can do the same. I can go back here. I can drag something else over. Okay, I can grab remember to buy flowers for Mother's Day. Maybe that's something I'm doing right now. I can drag that over there. Let's say the holidays are booked. I can drag it to done. So this is all drag and drop. It's really nice and easy to use. So let's just return those back to the inbox. Now within our list, we can also give it a hierarchy. Okay, so we want to make holidays most important. Let's go over there, make that number one. And we can sort of see what order that we want to start hitting this work. Now, because it's an inbox list, it's probably not as important. Let's say we wanted to grab two tasks here. So we wanted to grab the create new website, and social media is important too these days. Let's move that over to do as well. So we're going to start working on our to-do list. So this is our sort of to-do for, let's say, this week. Now, if we want to change any of these labels in the top, we can just click in there at any time, and we're going to say this week, just to give it a bit more clarity. Now the doing, I'm going to change that. I don't really like the name of it, so I'm going to change that to today. Okay, so I've got a today list of stuff that I'm currently working on. So I've got a nice inbox. Now my inbox could fill right up and have tons of information in there, but I want to use it purely just as a inbox to dump ideas and new tasks into. And then on my to-do this week, I'm going to make sure that I have a smaller list of stuff that I need to pick from that's actually needs to be finished this week. And I'm going to drag create new website over to today. Okay, so that's going to be my task that I get completed today. Now, let's say we've done our Mother's Day flowers buying and it's finished. Okay, so we can go over here. Now, what we want to do is we want to archive this card. So as you could imagine, we don't want to necessarily delete it, though that's an option we can do. We want to hide it so we don't have to look at it anymore. Because as you can imagine, after a couple of weeks of using this system, this done list is going to get pretty large, pretty long. Now it will just keep scrolling down till it needs to scroll on the right hand side, which is fine. And if that's how you prefer to keep your tasks, that's fine. But there's an excellent search option in Trello that you don't have to really keep everything on the board here. So what we're going to do to archive this card, if we hover over it, you can see as you hover over each of these, the color slightly changes. Okay, and we also get a little pencil next to it, so we can click on those, and that's a quick access to some of these cards and a few options that you can do. So if I hit that pencil, there's actually an archive on the very bottom here. Okay, so I'm going to click on archive, and it's gone. So again, we haven't deleted that card, so to speak. We've simply archived it, so it's off my board, out of sight, out of mind, which is perfect. So while we're in here, let's have a quick look at the sort of information that we can store on the cards. Okay, so on the front of the cards, you can see we've got our name of our task, of what we have to do. Now this could be a task, an individual task, it could be a project, it could be a reminder just to follow up somebody, but we've kind of gone pretty generic here in what we've done. But if we start adding some extra information to this card, this is where the beauty of Trello really shines. So let's go to one of the cards here, create new website, and we're going to click on the card. So just a single click, and this is what we call the back of the card. Okay, so in here we can see there's a spot here to change the name. Okay, so very similar to what we could do on the front of the cards. We've got a description about the card. So in here, this pops open and we can type what the actual task is, a bit more detail. So we can save links in here. We can just put straight text. It supports Markdown, which is a way to bold things and give things hierarchy. But here, it's really nice and simple. We have agreed to set up a website for leestoker.com. Okay, and if I return, I can do secondary lines as well. Don't forget to get the domain. Okay, so while I'm doing a brain dump, this is sometimes useful to just put all the information that you want in one spot. So I go save and it saves it there. Now if I close the back of the card by either the cross or hitting the escape key on the keyboard, okay, it will take me back to here. Now you can see the difference now between these two is we've got some little lines here. So that's showing us that there's a description saved in here. So what else will show on the front of the cards? So it'll show members, labels, checklists, and due dates. Now, in our next video, we're going to go through some of this information here to really show how you can pretty up the card and make it more of a visual tool so you can quickly see without necessarily having to go into every card to see what those really milestone information, bits of information are there. So stay around for the next video and we'll go into how we can really make this a fantastic productivity tool.